Good evening. We're in Studio 6A, and it's my pleasure and honor to be speaking with Mr. John J. Jeckovich. Today's date is April 22nd, 2025, Tuesday. How are you doing today, Mr.
You're
Jeckovich?
good, very good, very good.
You're looking well in your new outfit.
New outfit?
Yeah, it's very attractive. It's very nice material. So you're having a good day?
Oh yeah.
How was your dinner?
Dinner was good.
I heard you had a special visitor today.
Oh yeah.
Chris Noss. He's your great-grandson. He's your grandson.
Yeah.
Let me think. He's your grandson, right?
Yeah, great-grandson.
Yeah. How was he doing today? Fine?
Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay. And you met him today for a few hours, correct?
Yeah.
And how is he doing?
Well, he's doing all right.
He looks pretty good.
Yeah.
He's a great guy. He's a great guy. He's got his father, Dave Noss, came to visit you not too long ago. And also this week, Chris Noss came another time and visited you with his wife, Faith, which is a wonderful person.
Yeah.
So they make a great couple.
Yeah.
They make a great couple. And I see you guys talked about many things. You talked about the fans you guys put up together.
Yeah.
The electrical.
Yeah, he worked with me a lot.
Yeah, he's a good worker.
Yeah.
Yeah, Chris used to live down in Mobile, Alabama, and then he worked his way back up to New York. He's a very smart and nice kid.
Yeah.
Very nice guy. Unfortunately, he's going back tomorrow, and I wish him safe travels.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's been gone for, let's see, about almost 2 weeks.
Yeah.
It's a long time to be away from home. Everything needs, when you leave your house, you got so much work you have to do when you get back. But that was very nice. What else did you guys talk about?
Well, he was talking about where we put the fans up. And he helped me with a lot of stuff. He helped me with a lot of stuff, yeah.
He's a good worker. He's very smart. He's very smart. Well, we wish him safe travels back to New York, and we hope to see him again soon. So you had a great day today, didn't you?
Oh, yeah.
Amber, your great-great-granddaughter, was on her way down to see you, but she got automotive trouble, so she had to
he got this mechanic, supposed to be great mechanic, he got her car all screwed up now.
Yeah, you hit the nail on the head. Every time she turns around, it's something different.
Yeah.
So we'll see. I have a loaner car for her, so we'll see how she does until the car gets straightened out. We'll see how the car. She was going on a trip tomorrow with the car, but I'm glad she didn't break down on the trip.
Yeah.
She's here, in Florida, so everything's fine.
Well, he hasn't got the car fixed yet either.
No, he just broke down today.
Huh?
He just broke down again today.
Yeah.
So I wish her the best. She was able to make it back. There's a loaner car there waiting for her, so things should really work out. Wow. So that's good. Well, we're reading your book, and how many pages is your book?
849.
Okay, we're the second time around. We're on chapter 5, and Mr. Jeckovich is still at basic training in Evansville, Indiana, and this chapter is titled Getting to Know You, and that's when Mr. Jeckovich is dating a really nice lady, really nice girl, I should say, Ann Mahaney from Owensboro, Kentucky. Now, at this time here, you're meeting her mother.
Yeah.
And her mother seems to really a down-to-earth person. So, I'll start reading. I'll need to have the passcode.
42965.
That's the passcode, which is actually Mr. Jeckovich's dog tag number, to open up the laptop. We'll pick up on page 91, and we'll try to put a couple pages under our belt before the text questions. All the while we talked, Ann sat there and listened. Now you're talking with Ann's mother in Owensboro. She never prompted or directed the conversation into anything particular. I felt she wanted her mother and me to get better acquainted and know each other more intimately. And as we talked, I got the feeling that Ann's mother approved of me.
Approved of me, yeah.
She approved of you, yes. In the short period that we had talked, I felt comfortable being in her presence. and pleased that it was gone so well. She would occasionally glance at me and give a smile approvingly. Anne's mother, Ann, and I talked for a while, after which Anne's mother said she was going to retire. She had to get up early the next morning for work. As she left the room and was going upstairs, Anne came down to me and kissed me. I held her in my arms, pressing her close to me. I was slightly surprised at the reaction and said, "Why did you do that?" She looked at me and smiled and said, "Because you're you, and I like everything about you."
Oh, boy.
Oh boy, yeah. I was thoroughly confused, but at the same time, I had a warm feeling inside and a great admiration for the person I had so recently discovered. Anne took my hand and led me to the kitchen, stating that she would prepare something for us. The kitchen was a large colonial style with oak wainscoting around the lower portion of the walls. What's wainscoting?
It's a grooved wood.
Oh, okay, wainscoting. And I don't see much wainscoting
No,
today.
I don't put it in anymore, no. That's old fashioned, yeah.
Yeah, at one end was a large oaken table which could easily accommodate a dozen people, and around the outer walls was an assortment of oak cupboards. The usual kitchen appliances and fixtures were placed throughout the rest of the kitchen. It was a warm and cozy room, and I felt very comfortable in being there. As Anne prepared the food, I followed her every move, as I had at the park that afternoon. From the way she carried herself to the way she positioned her beautiful legs as she shifted her weight, she was a sight to behold. She was graceful in the movement, and an attractive body only accented her every movement. As we stood near the sink, I approached her from behind, put my arms around the waist, and began to kiss her on the neck and cheeks. She stood there, turning her head slowly from side to side. I gradually raised my arms until my hands were firmly grabbing. Oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no. No, miss. Since then, we turned completely around to face me and put both arms around me. As we embraced, she murmured, "I love you." With these words, it was as a dam had burst within me. I began kissing her passionately with a great rapture. No, delete.
Yeah.
Delete. Okay, pick it up here. It was only when one of us accidentally turned over a glass and it shattered on the floor. The spell was broken. She remained in my arms and I could feel her rising up, down rapidly. I gently kissed her and held her. After a few moments, we moved to the living room and Ann turned the radio on. Phil Schmantley Orchestra and his all-girl orchestra. Do you remember?
Bill was Soundly, yeah.
Was that a pretty good band?
Oh, yeah, she was a good band, yeah.
Wow.
Bill was Soundly Orchestra, yeah.
And what type of music do they play, Mr. Jeckovich?
Oh, Glenn Miller stuff, mostly Glenn Miller.
Wow, an all-girls band back then. That's a big thing. Let's see. His all-girl orchestra were playing dance tunes of the 40s.
Yeah.
Ann turned the radio down somewhat, and we sat on the couch, her head on my shoulders as I held her. Neither one of us said much. We just sat closely together, listening to the music, and contemplating our own thoughts. Finally, Ann spoke softly. "You must think I'm terrible." I looked at her and said, "I think you're terrific, and I love you very much." There I had said it, and I had been thinking and feeling a long time, as to recite it to say what I felt. Minutes, please.
There's nobody here.
Okay, here we go again. The staff is gone.
They're all gone.
I rent this damn studio to have a staff behind me, but I can't see the staff because I'm looking forward. You want a coffee?
No, no.
We can't even get a coffee.
There she is.
Here's your coffee.
Okay, thank you. Just black, please.
Okay,
Okay, what's the minutes?
19.
Finally, Ed spoke softly. You must retire. You must think I'm terrible. I looked at her and said, I think you're terrific. I love you very much. There I had said it, and I've been thinking and feeling a long time, and it was to recite it to say what I felt. I have known for a while, she said, and kissed me on the cheek. We sat there holding each other, listening to the orchestra on the radio, playing, You're the Only One. Do you remember that song?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
That's an old song, yeah.
It was not until we heard the announcer on the radio introduce the news at 2300 hours that we realized that we'd forgotten about the snack Ann had prepared and still had to clean the kitchen. I proceeded to pick up the broken glass on the floor as Ann set up the snack on the table. The cake, as she had baked, was excellent, but neither one of us was in the mood for it. We settled for just coffee. I reminded Ann that I had to get the last bus at 0100 hours. She nodded in agreement. We hurriedly finished straightening up the kitchen after she quickly went into the downstairs bathroom to freshen up. As we drove to the bus station, I sat close to her, which made it difficult.
She was driving.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the first time you had a female drive?
Yeah.
Why did you allow such a thing?
Well, she was driving. That's her car.
But you never let a female drive your car. I drive a car again, right?
No.
Because she was her car, so you would have felt awkward.
Well, I didn't mind her driving, no. She's a good driver.
Okay, but later in your life, did you have females drive you around?
Which female? My wife drove it.
She drove you, though.
Huh?
Were you a passenger when your wife was driving?
Sometimes, yeah, when she picked me up from work or something,
Oh, okay.
yeah.
All right, I'm just trying to, find out what's going on here. As we drove to the bus station, I sat close to her, which made it difficult for her to shift. I also put my hand on my knee and began, no. Okay. Delete.
You got a lot of censorship in that paper.
God damn right there's a lot of censorship. I'm like the government censoring your emails. I told her that I would get her, I told her that I would get her several pairs at the PX. Those are nylons, they're hard to come by, right?
Oh, yeah.
And asked what size she wore. She remarked she wore size 7. We reached the bus station at 24:30 hours, which provided us enough some time to sit and talk. Man, you're back and forth to the bus.
Yeah.
Back and forth. Wow. Did you ever make it into the base late?
No. Our roll call's 4:30.
You were there, right?
Yeah.
Wow. I don't think I get a pass next weekend, and I said rather reluctantly, I had 2 in a row already. I know, she said rather despondently, I miss you, but I have a lot of school work to do, which will keep me busy until I see you again. What do you think of an overnight pass, I asked, one in which I have to be back at camp at 500 hours. It doesn't give you much time, she related, but it's a thought. I then asked her what's the best time to reach her on weekdays. She replied after 2100 hours when she returned from school. I reached over, kissed her, and squeezed it gently. She looked at me and sighed gently. And what are we going to do? We don't have any time to be together, she said, taking my hand and holding it firmly. I was concerned that she could not call me when she got home tonight, as I was still going to be on the bus. She told me to call her when I arrived at camp, even if it was late. Would you have a bunch of payphones at camp?
What?
You had a bunch of payphones at camp?
No.
She said, she told me to call her when I arrived at camp, even if it was late. How would you call her?
But the CQ would call me.
Okay.
Charge of quarters would call me, yeah.
Okay. I agreed and hoped we not awaken her mother. She began to fidget with the ends of her long hair, and I knew it was her way of relieving the tension that was building in both of us. I would take her hands away from her and gently kiss it. Then she would raise up to her lips and hold it for a moment. Her hand was warm and the softness of it was exciting to touch.
14 minutes.
Just then the bus pulled into the station. As I looked for my gym bag, Annie got out of the car, walked over to my side, and quickly stood there. I thought how fortunate I was. I did not know my future, but my present was extremely favorable. I tried to instill in my mind a mental picture of Anne as she stood there to take with me until the next time we would see one another. Wow, that's a nice break at boot camp.
No,
That's a nice break at boot camp, yeah. And this is page 94 we're going to lay it off on. Do you feel up to answering any text?
no,
Do you feel up to answering any text questions?
yeah, go ahead, yeah.
Mr. Jeckovich was from Company H, the 2nd Battalion of the 291st Regiment of the 75th Infantry Division of the U.S. Army during World War II. Mr. Jeckovich lives by the motto, yesterday is history, tomorrow is a mystery, and today is a gift. And today is a gift, right?
Yeah.
All right, let's see my text messages. Stand by so I can find them. You know, even though we get a lot of duplicate text messages, I think it's very important that we read them because we might have a first-time listener that doesn't know, might not, it might be repetitive to us, but it's not to the first-time listener. So the biggest one is, Mr. Jeckovich, what do you tribute to your life going to 100 years old?
It's genes.
Genes. Mr. Jeckovich was born in 1925, and now we're knocking on the door of 2025, which Mr. Jeckovich will be 100. The door is darkening, and Mr. Jeckovich will soon be 100 years old, right? What other things did you do to give you such an honor to make it to 100, Mark?
What did I do?
Did you smoke?
No.
Drink?
Drink, no.
Mr. Jeckovich never smoked and drank, never took a vitamin, never took a prescription. And he jogged for 80 years, right?
Yeah.
Wow. He jogged for 80 long years. Wow.
Never missed a day.
Never missed a day. Wow. That's amazing. Mr. Jeckovich, knocking on the door of 100, still reads 3 newspapers in the morning without any glasses. And he has so much power and strength in his handshake, he could knock you to the ground. Yes, he could. What is this? The second question that comes in many times a day. How much is the book and where can I buy it?
It's can't sell. It's not for sale.
The book is not about money. It wasn't written to make money of any type. Mr. Jeckovich has plenty of money, doesn't need that. The book was written for one reason and one reason only.
This came in from the Jackson family.
Oh,
Mobile, Alabama.
okay. Present that to Mr. Jeckovich.
Good job.
This just came in from the Jackson family in Mobile, Alabama.
Here, put it on for a second. Let's see what it looks like.
Mobile, Alabama.
Take a picture.
Oh,
Stand by, let me take a picture, I'll text the Jackson family.
Oh, that looks sharp.
yeah.
Explain to me what type of hand it is.
It's just American flag.
Okay, Give the Jackson family a wave. Give them a wave. Okay.
Where was this from?
Jackson family out of Mobile, Alabama.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, there's only like 10 minutes left of the studio time. Why don't you wear it?
That's a nice hat.
Yeah, you look very, very nice in it. Why don't you wear the hat to the studio time's over with? There's only 10 minutes left.
9.5.
So what I was saying is Mr. Jeckovich did not write the book for money. It's not for sale. There's one original copy in the World War II Museum in New Orleans, Louisiana. The book is like to teach youngsters how to have a better life, maybe learn from Mr. Jeckovich's experiences. His mind is like a library. He did many things, right? All kind of businesses you had. You know, you beat the system, really. All types of businesses.
See, it's hard, these laundromats again?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Mr. Jeckovich had laundromats, snow plowing business, a building business, you name it, he did it. Wallpaper, which is really tough. So the book isn't about money, not ever was written for that purpose, but leave a nice idea to younger people to maybe learn. And some of the excerpts of the book, I would say, are this. And these are notes to his grandchildren and his great-grandchildren.
Yeah.
And today is being born one baby girl that'll be Mr. Jeckovich's great-great-grandchild being born today. Not yet, but it's minutes away. So here's some of the notes he leaves for them. I'd really like, these are speaking of his grandkids, great-grandkids, and great-great-grandkids. I'd really like for them to know about hand-me-down clothes and homemade ice cream and leftover meatloaf sandwiches. I really would. I hope they learn humility by being humiliated. Very good point. And that you learn honesty by being cheated. Very good point. I hope you learn to make your own bed, mow the lawn, and wash the car. And I really hope no one gives you a brand new car when you're 16 years old. It'll be good for you at least one time. You can see puppies being born and your old dog being put to sleep. I hope you get a black eye. Well, I hope they get 2 black eyes. Fighting for something you believe in. Very important. Fight for what you believe in. The man who can fight is the man that's right. Very simple. And we had wars from the beginning of time, and we'll always have wars. So you must remain tough. Wimps will not make it. Sipsies won't make it. Mothers don't ruin your boys. Be tough on them. I hope you have to share a bedroom with your younger brother, and it's all right if you draw a line in the middle of the room. But when he wants to crawl under the covers with you because he's scared, I hope you let him. When you want to see a movie with your little brother and he wants to tag along, I hope you let him go. I hope you have to walk uphill to school with your friends and that you live in a town where you can do it safely. What was your walking to school experience? You went to 2 high schools simultaneously.
Yeah.
Tell us about that.
Well, from home to Gaskell was 4 miles. And then from Gaskell to Trot was 3 miles.
Yeah. And then from where after Trot?
Then I went to Kreski's to work.
Kreski's. And what'd you do at Kreski's?
I was stock boy.
That was SS Kreski's,
Yeah.
the dime and dime store. And so that was like a 10, 12-mile day.
Yeah.
You didn't think nothing of it.
No.
You didn't think nothing of it, right?
No.
Did you ever complain to your mother and say, I don't want to do this?
No.
And if you did, what would she have said?
She'd say, get busy and do it. I'll give you more work if you keep talking like
She would say,
this.
get your ass out there, right?
Yeah.
But you would never complain. That's not how it was then.
Yeah.
It was not, just did it. You never even complain about it, just do it. Just like World War II called you. You don't complain. You do it. And you give it everything you got. Okay. On rainy days when you have to catch a ride with Mom, I hope you don't ask Mom to drop you off 2 blocks away so you won't be seen riding with Mom as uncool as your mother. If you want a slingshot, I hope your dad teaches you how to make one instead of buying one. Here's another important part. I hope you learn to dig in the dirt and read books. You read books?
Oh, yeah.
When you were a kid, weren't you in some type of club? What was that called?
Book of the Month Club.
But didn't you have to hide the books from your mother?
Yeah, because they spent too much money.
And then you have to, when it came in the mail, what'd you have to do?
Stick it underneath the bed.
So you had to beat your mother to the mailbox.
Yeah. Once you got home, it's 4 o'clock.
Yeah. Wouldn't a mother today just love their kids just reading a book, 2 or 3 books a week? It'd be a beautiful thing. It really would be. But Mr. Jeckovich's case, he had to hide it. Oh, yeah. When you learn to use a computer, I hope you also can learn to subtract and add in your head. I hope you get teased by your friends when you have your first crush on a girl and you talk to your mother, and then when you talk back to your mother, that you learn what ivory soap tastes like. May your skin your knee climbing a mountain, burn your hand on a stove, and you stick your tongue on a frozen flagpole. Here's a most important part of this paragraph. I don't care if you have a beer once, but I hope you don't like it. And if a friend offers you dope or a joint, I hope you realize he is not your friend. The best thing to do, stay away from cigarettes, any type of beer or liquor, and any type of marijuana. If you get addicted to it, you're a slave to it. Your life is over with. So don't even tempt yourself. I sure hope to make time to sit on a porch. I sure hope you make time to sit on a porch with your grandma or grandpa and go fishing with your uncle. Here's another important part. You have to know bad to know good. May you feel great sorrow at a funeral and the joy during the holidays. If your mother punishes you when you throw a baseball through your neighbor's window, and then she hugs and kisses you at Christmas time when you give her a plaster mold of your hand. Yeah. These are the things I wish for you. Tough times and disappointments. Hard work and happiness. To me, it's the only way to appreciate life. So if you don't have bad, you won't know what how good is, right?
Yeah.
You won't know what good is. Wow. So you did all that walking, the 2 different high schools you're going to.
2.5.
Yeah.
How many?
2.5.
And you never had one complaint, right?
No.
And you wouldn't consider ever complaining to your mother, right?
No,
You
no.
said, well, she would just yell, right?
Yeah.
She would say, what the hell are you complaining about, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And wasn't your street on Orleans Avenue a very nice street where you only had 2 or 3 homes on?
There's no streets were paved. There's still cinders out of the street. You could look from the porch to see the stadium.
That far?
That far, yeah. There's no houses on the other side.
Did you have deer or raccoons or rabbits?
What?
Did you have deer, raccoons, or rabbits on your street?
No.
But you basically lived there all your life.
Yeah.
Right? That was beautiful. That was beautiful.
It's all shot now.
Well, what happened now?
Well, the people that lived there died out or left. People are in their tents now. They stay for a while, make a mess of it, and leave.
Yeah, I think a big population in Niagara Falls now, most of it's a ghetto, is Pakistan.
Yeah.
I think they get coming by cheap housing or given cheap housing.
Yeah.
But when your street, when you lived there, it was primarily Polish, Italian, and Greek, right?
Yeah.
Didn't you also one time deliver the Polish newspaper?
Oh yeah, Gene Osinski, yeah. 150 copies.
Wow, minutes?
1 minute.
150 copies. Did you deliver them on a bike or a wagon?
On a bike, put it in the basket of the bike.
And how'd you deliver it in the snowstorm?
Same way.
Your bike went on icy roads?
Well, I tried to find the bare spots.
Bare spots. Wow. Did your mother ever have to help you delivering the newspaper?
No.
She would. That's an idea to think of, right?
Yeah.
Because I know a lot of mothers today, if the kids have the paper out, the mothers end up doing it. Jeez. Did you get good tips?
No, on the papers?
Yeah.
I had a hard time getting the paid for it.
Why would you have a hard
Well,
time?
they nickel and dime you, say, look, I just paid you last week, I'm not paying you again.
So you did all that hard work,
Yeah.
Keep notes.
and you had the bank basically for your pay, right?
Yeah.
They wouldn't pay you.
10 cents.
Yeah.
Well, what'd you tell them?
Well, I kept after them. They finally come around. Yeah.
That's
Poor
great.
guy. That was when they were real paper boys.